Hi everybody, it's AJ, the trans instructor. Today I'm at Darlington Test Centre. I thought I'd come out and do another test route for you. Now this is a new one for me. One of my students did this a few weeks ago, and I thought as the weather's absolutely amazing, we'd get out and get it done. Now, talking about the weather, it's really hot and sunny today. I do suggest that you do use sunglasses when you're driving in the sunshine. Try and use Polaroid ones. They are there to help you and they'll reduce the glare. Okay, right, let's get going then. I'll try and do a commentary as we go around. Obviously, as usual, leave your comments in the comments box below. The test routes will all be available in the comments box below as well. You can go across to my website and you can purchase them there to use on your TomToms. Okay, right then, let's set off then from the test centre. So notice I do a 6-point check. Notice how long it actually took me. Not very long at all, and just because there is low risk doesn't mean to say that there is no risk. Okay, so off we go outside the test centre then. We'll have done our safety question as we walk towards the car. We will have done our reading of the number plate to check our eyesight also, and then we're into the car ready to go. So as we're coming out of the test centre, remember, as always, it is 10 miles an hour as you come down here. I know it's torture, but don't go any faster than 10. So when we get to the end of the road, we are going to be turning right. Now, things to know about turning right out of Darlington Test Centre, it can be an absolute nightmare. When you've got a gap and you see you've got a gap, you've got to take that chance. Don't take a risk, but take your chance when it comes. Otherwise, you can end up sitting there for quite some time. So get yourself into the correct gear straight away. I tend to crawl up in first gear, so I've got time to have a look. I can see I've got vehicles coming from my left and I've got nothing from the right at the moment. We've got a red light, the car's let me out, so kind of them. So that's something you want to watch out for as well. If somebody flashes you out, make sure it's definitely for you, okay? So great thanks there to that BMW driver. Now we're going to be turning right towards Scotch Corner. So Morton Park Roundabout, as we've mentioned many times before, you need to be in the right hand lane. We only take the left hand lane at this first roundabout if we're going to Teesside. If we're going to Yarm or Scotch Corner, right hand lane. And again, I know the road markings are faded, so you've got to try and get yourself over to the right. So we're checking our centre mirror and left door mirror as we exit the roundabout, and we're exiting in the right hand lane, and we're going straight across into the right hand lane to go to Scotch Corner. So indication on, coming in nice and appropriate speed, looking for that gap which I can see, and I'm straight onto the roundabout, no hesitation. Now remember, this roundabout isn't quite round, so you can't accelerate round it. Again, checking centre left mirror and accelerating off the roundabout. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit awkward, that roundabout, so you've got to be nice and steady as you go around, adjusting your steering. Checking centre mirror and right door mirror as we proceed on the A66. Making sure that there's nobody overtaking us. It's safe for us to get up to 60 miles an hour, the speed limit, so we will do. We're keeping a nice following distance for the car in front. Now your normal following distance is 2 seconds, so that's when the car in front goes past an object. It should take no less than 2 seconds for us to pass the same object. However, I like to tell my students 4 seconds is better than 2. That gives you more time to react, and you're still going to get there at the same time. So as we're driving along, we're checking our mirrors on occasions. We like to know what's going on around us. We don't have to go every 10 seconds religiously checking mirrors. Not needed. As long as we look on a regular basis, just to have a look to see what's going on, we're absolutely fine. Now when we're coming past these lay-bys on our left hand side, just have a look in them. Quite often the truck drivers are in there having the brakes, they'll set off, and they're a little bit slower, so just make sure you can prepare for that. So we're going to be turning right at this roundabout, which is third exit onto Neasham Road. We've got our countdown markers. Now I tell people to go at the 300, check your mirrors, centre right. At the 200, let's pop an indication on. Start slowing it down. Heading towards the lane, and then at 100, rechecking our mirrors so we know that people are responding to us. And then coming in at appropriate speed, appropriate gear, and again looking into the roundabout. So nice and steady. I'm giving this red car plenty of time to get out of the way. I'm still moving and I've tagged on the back of it. And again, I'm on the roundabout. I'm not accelerating around the roundabout. I'm keeping a nice, steady, constant speed. I'm now watching the vehicles on my left, checking centre left mirror and across to make sure when nobody's nipping on, as well as looking into the junction and accelerating off the roundabout. 40 mile an hour speed limit now, checking my mirrors. Safe for me to continue. And again, I've got a nice following distance, the vehicle in front. So if that vehicle was to brake all of a sudden, I've got all the time in the world to bring my car to a stop. So just hiding behind the trees, I can see a 30 mile an hour coming up. I check my mirrors to make sure it's safe to slow down. Now the vehicles behind are reacting, which they are.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit, Newton Road.
So along this part of Newton Road, we've got the off-road parking for all the houses. Get yourself in between them and your centre line. Okay, so we're going straight ahead at the roundabout. Mirror checks.
Cross the roundabout.
Bringing our speed down.
Second exit, Newton Road.
Plenty of time to look into the roundabout and off we go. Checking mirrors, indicating we're coming off because we've got vehicles coming onto the roundabout. And again, checking our mirrors when we exit the roundabout. Now you might see there I'm actually driving over the parking area. That's because the road's just normal width there and there's no parked vehicles. So when I'm passing parked vehicles, I tend to be looking over towards the vehicles or glancing across to see if anybody looks like they might be getting out of the car or anybody's crossing or pulling behind the car. I'm looking for a danger somewhere amongst the parked vehicles. Time I want to move back across after a parked vehicle, I'm checking my centre left door mirror. I'm approaching this junction, I'm making sure that the woman who's driving has looked at me. I can see she's looked at me, so hopefully she's aware that I'm there and she won't pull out. Again, as I approach the crossings also, I'm looking either side, checking my mirrors to make sure that it's safe for me to stop if need be. Now I'm coming up to the mini roundabout in towards Darlington Centre, near the train station. Now there's lots of roadworks going on here at this moment, so we take it nice and steady, and I've also seen that there is also cyclists about. Checking centre left mirror, indicating left, bringing my speed down because I can't see into the junction just yet. So I'm looking there, he's been blocked, I'm not hanging around, I'm going. Straight onto a temporary crossing there, making sure that we check either side as we come in. Now a big problem that a lot of people, or a mistake that a lot of people make, is crossing this solid white line. Now we know it doesn't look that solid, but it is a bus lane. You cannot go into there. Wait until the line has finished. Now I'm going to check centre left to make sure it's safe to come back across. I can't come across because this guy's got his nose stuck out. He's in a yellow box. So now I'm going to come back in and stop him at the crossing. Now it's at this point we are turning right at the junction ahead of us, so we want the right hand lane because we're heading towards Bishop Auckland. Now when we're turning right here for Bishop Auckland, there's a manhole cover in the middle of the road. We want to be going around the outside of it, so that's on our right hand side, and then we're heading for the right hand lane. So there's your manhole cover, round we go, heading for the right hand lane, sorry, the centre lane. Now it turns into the left lane, now it's back to the centre lane. Oh, complicated Darlington. Remember, when you come round that junction, you've got to leave space for cars on your right. Now we are turning right at the roundabout. I'm checking my bus lane mirrors.
Cross the roundabout.
In I go, indicating that I'm turning left. Sorry, always get my lefts and rights mixed up. That's just normal me, ask my students. And I'm into the left-hand lane. Unlike the white Mercedes, who's come round in the wrong lane and shot across. So mirror checks, and off we go. So we're going third exit. Now don't get confused. Third exit is straight ahead. Don't assume third exit is turning right. So again, we're in the correct gear, which is second. Crawling up to the roundabout junction, looking what's going on, and entering the roundabout nice and safe. Now we're going past the last exit, indicating we're coming off, to checking those mirrors. Now keeping tucked into the left, there is 2 lanes going around here. Again, I've said it many times, the road markings are faint. Now we do need to be into the right hand lane, so we're checking centre right. You notice the sign there, it's telling us that the left hand lane is for buses only or for turning into the town centre. So as we approach, centre right mirror indications on because we've got vehicles around us. I'm conscious of this bus, I've got a feeling they're going to be coming round with me. Following it round, yes they are, I'm staying out of the bus lane. As I come to the end of the bus lane, I'm checking my mirrors, is it safe to come across? I'm going to indicate for that bus and tell him I'm coming over. Now I waited until the solid white line had finished. So be conscious of the bus driver. Now I'm not slagging bus drivers off here, but they will come up the inside of you and stop you coming across. Because they've got a task or a job to do and they're only bothered about getting where they want to. I'm not saying it's every bus driver, just be aware of them. We've got a bike lane here which is moving us across.
After 300 yards, turn left, Roundabout Road.
Well, I've got a cyclist in the cycle lane. Now we're going to be turning left ever so soon. My question is, can I get past the bike before I get to the junction, or do I need to sit behind? In this instance, I think I can get past safely. So checking mirrors, indicating where I'm going, making sure I can see that cyclist, which I can. He's miles away, so I can quite easily get round. Okay, then checking mirrors, centre right as we enter that new road. Now I'm constantly looking down this road. If any cars are coming towards me, is there a little pocket that I can jump into? There is after this white van if need be. I'm now past that and now looking for other ones. Now if there isn't one on my side, I'm looking one on the opposite side for where somebody can go into. And again, as I pass these parked vehicles, I am checking my mirrors to see how close I am to them. Got this vehicle, they should be passed before I even get there. I'm actually doing 20 miles an hour down here, so we'll keep it nice and steady. Now we're going up to the mini roundabout. Again, mirror checks. Don't require an indication, there's nobody around to indicate to. Bringing my speed down because it is quite a narrow roundabout for visibility. Into first, nobody's coming, round to go nice and steady. It is tight, so we need to come round nice and slowly. Checking those mirrors in the new road, accelerating away as long as it's safe to do so.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout. Second exit, Elton Road, then turn right, Cleveland Terrace.
So coming up to the next mini roundabout, again checking our mirrors. We know it's a mini roundabout because we've got the blue sign telling us it's a mini roundabout. Now do remember, you must avoid the white paint in the middle of the roundabout. We don't have to do a big turn to go around it. As long as we miss that white paint, we're good. So as you can see, I've gone pretty much straight ahead there. Now I'm going to pass parked vehicles. I can see there's a car coming towards me, and there's a little pocket for me to drop into on the left. So I will go into that. He should be able to continue. I'm actually going to wait for the next vehicle coming through. We might even get a thank you. Who knows? Nope, obviously I expected too much there. So I'm going to come back into the left. I'm going to check my centre left mirror once I've passed that vehicle, and there we go. Right, keep an eye out for this one. It's a Crossroads that's coming up. We've got road markings, but the giveaway sign is hidden till about now. Check centre right, take in the correct position, and I would go first gear and crawl up to it, keeping the car moving. Now there's nearly always cars parked on the left hand side, restricting your vision. Make sure it's safe to go before you go, and then off we go. Centre right door mirror as usual in the new road, safe for us to continue. Then the roads do narrow a little bit, so just be aware of the other vehicles in the opposite direction. Now we're going to be turning left at the end of the road. Again, it's a little bit of a closed junction. It's not that easy to see out of. So we need to be nice and steady as we approach. Checking those mirrors. We've got people around us, so we will indicate. Now I'm going to keep out a little bit here. I'm not going to turn in until I get to the end of the road. Now I'm turning in. I'm checking. I've got my target vehicle. It's the second one. Just coming past now. I'm going to tag on the back of them and keep myself on my side of the road. Check centre right, accelerate away.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit.
Now this is probably one of the few places in the country where you've actually got trees growing in the road. Be aware of them. And we're going straight ahead at this roundabout.
Cross the roundabout, second exit.
Again, appropriate speed, looking into the roundabout. There's our gap, we're straight on, no hesitation. Again, checking mirrors as we come off centre left. And we're going straight past parked cars. Again, centre right mirror as you go past. Nice and steady as you go around, making sure you give a door's width past the parked vehicles. Keeping out in the middle of the road, but on our side, we can get past them safely. Again, just having a look, making sure that all is good. Remember, it is 30 miles an hour, and might be less big, wide road, but it is only 30. I'm actually doing 28 there. Not sure if the camera picked that up. So we've got Crossroads coming up, checking those mirrors. Continuing straight ahead, watching this Mercedes cut straight across. I do find that this time now, from when I started driving, you've got to drive for people a lot. So you've got to expect the unexpected. If you've got to brake, slow down or stop because of somebody and it's going to cause a crash, then I advise you brake, slow down or stop. So we're going second exit on the roundabout towards Teesside. Again, checking those mirrors, bringing our speed down ready, looking to the junction as best we can at the moment, adjusting our speed so we probably or hopefully don't stop. I can see there's a gap there, the car in front is going. I can see that as I approach that I've got a gap behind this car. Indications on and off we go. Now that was a little bit rushed that, but as I approached the roundabout, even though I wasn't right up there, I could see quite clearly what was going on, and I knew that after that car it was safe for me to go. So once that car had gone, I knew that there was a gap there because I'd seen it, so I knew I was able and safe to continue. However, still have a glance towards the right to make sure nothing has changed. So we're up to speed, back up to 60 miles an hour. Now a little tip, now this is probably my OCD kicking in. As you drive along the A66, you can see where the road's been laid in 3 sections and you've got a black line or a joint. Use that joint as your lane divider. So you're driving between the white line and the seam of the road, the joint. We don't need to be right the way out on the middle line. using the solid white line, that is the edge of the road. So that's where we should adjust our position. Now we do have a crossroads coming up. It isn't quite a small crossroads. I think it's more of a farm entrance, but still be aware that traffic will come out from there. So we're coming up to the roundabout, next to the stadium at Darlington. Again, 300 checking mirrors. 200 we're going to indicate if required, moving straight ahead, so no indication. And 100 checking mirrors again. Look at the second sign. It's telling us that we need to be in the right-hand lane. Hatch markings, don't go over them. Wait until the hatch markings are green, then move yourself across, but check that right mirror before you do so. Again, fading road markings, keep yourself to the right. Checking those, checking to the right before we enter the roundabout. Checking centre left, exit nice and swiftly. Putting the gas down, accelerating away. Mirror checks. We want to keep up with the traffic. If you notice, all the other traffic, we've not got close to it because everybody's accelerating away from the junction. Everybody's getting up to speed. If you're taking a week to get up to speed, you're going to start annoying people and they're going to start doing silly overtakes and it could cause an accident. So once you know it's clear and it's safe, put your welly down and let's get going. And again, as mentioned before, mirror checks every now and again, just so you know what is happening behind you. Also, it's good to check your mirrors on a regular basis for emergency vehicles. When you're driving at speed, it is a little bit louder and you may not hear the sirens as they approach. However, if you check your mirrors, you will see them coming. You will see them coming before they're even on top of you. Okay, so regular checks, you'll see the vehicles in the distance so you know they're coming, and then you can be checking your mirrors, ready to move across or whatever you need to do to let them get past. Turning left shortly at the roundabout. Now there isn't, you don't actually go onto the roundabout at this turning, it's a filter lane as you can see by the signage. However, 300, check your mirrors. 200, we're going to indicate. 100, we're checking mirrors and adjusting our speed, and we can see we're going off to the left. Now there is a give way in 70 yards, we can see that. It's advising you 20 miles an hour. It's telling us we have to turn left. 40 mile an hour, give way. Looking into the roundabout as we approach so we can see what's happening. I'm not at the give way yet. I've got a really good view and I know I can continue. So I'm not getting onto the give way line and then looking. I'm looking before I get there because I can. It's big enough to see. And again, big roundabout. I'm adjusting my speed. I'm looking into it. Early vision, early decision. You can have that one for free. Checking mirrors, centre left, round we go. And again, centre right, accelerate away from the junction. And that's what we should be doing every time. We don't like junctions. Once we've got it done, get away from it. Put your foot down and get up to speed, as long as it's safe to do so. So now we're going to be turning into the test centre, but we've been caught at the lights, so nice and steady. We're not going to be able to keep it running. So first gear because we're the first car, and we're going to continue. And if you look up ahead, another learner, whether on test or not, they've used the red light as a chance to get out. So if you see the lights going red and it's safe to go, go. So I'm indicating left. And it's really important, there's a cycle lane here on our left. Make sure there's nobody coming down it by looking at your mirrors. Have a look at your blind spot to see if anybody's there. And again, 10 miles an hour coming back into the test centre. Now, as long as you have done a manoeuvre on your test, you should just come straight in and driving one of the bays directly in front of you. Okay? If you haven't, there's a very good chance that you would do a bay park in the actual test centre. Okay, so there we go then. That was test route number 15, if I remember correctly. Keep an eye out in the comments for the actual link to go and purchase the routes. Like I say, you can get them for your TomTom. You can download the TomTom app and you can go around and practice the routes yourself. Now remember, it's just practicing the routes. It's not trying to learn them. Sounds daft, I know, but examiners can take you on different parts of the route. They can introduce new routes. Like I say, these are just routes which I've done with my students, or my students have done on test lately. Okay, so let's see you all soon for the next one. Bye for now.